Hey there YouTube, so this is going to be just a one-off video of the Goodyear Duratrac update after 2 years after my initial post. I've had a bunch of people in the past few months actually ask me how well these tires are holding up 2 years later, and that's a really good question because first off, when online you hear a lot of people talk about the sidewalls being weak, and you hear different people talk about tread wear and cupping and warping and womping and all that kind of stuff that come along with all-terrain tires in general. And some people have really disliked the Goodyear Duratracs. Honestly, I can't say that I'm one of those people. I don't know why others hate them so much, but I will say that they have become a bit more noisy with time for sure. Other than that though, they're pretty good, and I have neglected alignment and balancing on them, and they are becoming a bit more noisy because of that as well. But really, it's a really good tire. Let's see if you can get some of the tread shot in there. You can see that the sun is kind of shining. You can see that the tread is still in really good shape. I've probably still got, I don't know, a third of a tread left on these before I replace them. That's just my standard for replacement though, but yours might be different. So to give you an indication, let's see, like that's, that's finger deep. So it's to the middle of my, or about a third of the tip of my finger there still left. I don't have a coin on me. I might have one in the truck. Let me see. No, don't have one in the truck. So the tires though, still have really good traction. 2 years later, I will say that the winter grip is not as good as it was. That's only relative though. It's still not bad. It's just not quite as aggressive as it was in the winter. I've noticed specifically that that's been the case on these. They run fairly smooth still, even though there is a little bit of noise in them now. And on these outside little sipes, I can tell that my lack of alignment has affected them slightly. They have little raised edges, which would make the noise, of course, and the little bit of bouncing on them. And that's, once again, lack of me keeping them aligned and, balanced. Now, as you can probably see, ignore my wheels, they're super, super dusty. But as you can probably see, there is no indication whatsoever of these tires having any issue with the sidewall in my experience. I haven't had one tire so far, oops, sorry about the hand, haven't had one tire so far that has given me any issue at all. These are all four, I'm just jacking up the camera all kinds of ways today. These are all four the original tires that I bought when I did the review a couple of years ago. And there is nothing on them that even starts to indicate that they have any issues. So these are C-load rated. Of course, E-load rated have a little bit thicker wall just because they're designed to carry more weight. So they would be, of course, a little bit stronger. Now, one thing that happens with all tires like this, it doesn't matter if they are Goodyear Duratracs or their other tires, as they get used more and more, just the frictional heat on the road, as well as the environmental heat, ambient heat from the sun and things, tend to cause them to get a little stiffer. The rubber gets dried out more and it becomes a little bit more stiff, and that has happened to these tires too, but I don't think it's to a super negative degree. It's only to a small degree. They're not quite as soft when I push into them with my thumb as they once were, but once again, no big deal. I'm sure that accounts a little bit for the lessening performance in winter driving. That would make sense because harder rubber doesn't stay as pliable in cold weather as it does in summer weather, and these will of course soften up a little bit more when it hits summer, they just won't ever be as soft as they were when I bought them brand new. The tires clearly are doing well for all the rock and sand, and you know, I drive over stumps and twigs and little nubs that I've cut in clear cutting areas with this, since I do tree service work. I drive, you know, all the time in mud and stuff, and they still grip really, really well. I haven't had an issue with them at all. So if you're asking me how well they still are 2 years later, they're good. They're really, really good. I'm not disappointed in them at all. In fact, I've thought about getting other tires when I have to get a new set, more for the sake of YouTube, trying to get you guys a review on a new different set of tires. But honestly, I like these so much, I don't know that I'm going with another set of tires. I just don't know. Now, these are 32-inch tires, and when you get bigger tires, if you keep the same size rim, so if I have 16-inch rims and then I get a 35-inch tire, that's more sidewall. Those sidewalls are more exposed, of course, because there's more of the sidewall available, and because the sidewall is taller, you may run into extra tire squirm, sidewall flexing, that kind of stuff. But you know, that's going to happen with any tire. So the softer the sidewall is from the get-go, the softer it's going to be as it gets bigger on the sidewall. That's just how physics and geometry and forces work. Just keep that in mind. So I might go up a size to 33s next time. I'm not sure. I'll just have to see. I do carry a lot of trailers and loads with this, and 32s are a good size for off-roading around here and being able to have the torque and power in this truck that I need for the loads that I carry. So I don't know yet. We'll see what happens with all that stuff. But in a nutshell, how are they doing 2 years later? They're really good. I'm really stoked on them, and I really recommend them to people who need them for all year round driving with snow, ice, and packed snow. I totally recommend it. So that being said, I guess that's it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. I've got more off-road videos coming up, so please don't unsubscribe from the channel. I am doing a lot with tree climbing and tree service, such as with these trees that I did behind me, and I continue to do that. I will continue to do that, and I will continue to produce off-road videos as well. Please don't give up on me. Thank you for all the new subscriptions. I've got quite a few. I'm really surprised, and I've got some more stuff to do to the 4Runner here soon, and we'll talk about that. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check the description for affiliate links. If you buy through Amazon affiliate links, it helps get me a little bit of money back on your purchase, and that allows me to keep working on my truck as well and experiment with other products and give you guys a review. And then we will continue to do some trails in the future. So thanks again, and see you in the next one.